All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about Skeleton Crew episode 1 and 2. We got both of those episodes last week. We did a watch party, so if you were with us on Monday,
Monday at
Monday.
1 a.m.
1 a.m. super early. Although all the rest of the episodes are going to be released on Tuesday, so unfortunately, even if we wanted to, we would have to wait until Thursday to talk about them.
Mhm.
So yeah, so if you haven't seen it yet, hit pause here, go check out episode 1 and 2 on Disney Plus, and then come back and let's discuss the first 2 episodes because we're going to get into all the spoilers. We'll start off with Brandman. What did you think about it?
I liked the vibe they went for. It kind of deviated from, kind of what we're used to with Star Wars. I liked that. I like the whole throwback feel to it. It gave me obviously Goonies is a comparison that's thrown around a lot. Kind of got Explorers vibe from it. If you guys remember that old school movie with River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke, kind of got that feel from it too. Very much old school 80s wonder from it, which the showrunners John Watts, who did the MCU Spider-Man movies. So I feel like his influence was and his trademarks and stamps were very prominent in it as well. It kind of it did good at setting the tone. Thought it was paced pretty well. It constantly hooked my interest. I didn't get bored watching the first 2 episodes at all. I think the kid actors are pretty good. The characters are a lot of fun so far. And I've mentioned this multiple times. It already scored points with me because the character of Wim, his dad, is played by one of the singers of one of my favorite bands. So, yeah, it's off to a good start for me.
Okay.
I love the whole kind of old school, like 80s style adventure vibe that it seems to be going for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. What were you, Brian? What you think about it so far?
All right. It was okay. That's where I'm gonna go. It was okay. It didn't always grab my attention. I'll say that. I watched it twice, and even the second time I was watching it, it was like, okay, I was watching it, but then I started playing on my phone, and I'm like, okay, so if it's not grabbing me. There's nothing about the kids or being in the suburbs, even though I was complaining about the suburbs before. Now I'm not. I understand. Like, if it's an entire galaxy, how the hell do you not have a place that might be that way? Especially now that you explain that this is a lost planet and people don't know exist and things like that. So like that actually does make sense. I just found myself not always interested. I found myself not always thinking like this is what I really want to be watching. And do I think it's good? I think that it could be, but I've been fooled before by Star Wars. I've thought episodes 1 and 2 of a couple of things have been really, really, really good. So I don't know if this is going to stick the landing. Is it going to get too boring? Is this something that you can stretch out for all these episodes? I'm not sure. I don't know if these kids are that interesting to me. I don't know if I'm buying into that part of it. I don't know. So like everyone's like, oh, I love it. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. That's the best I can say. Maybe it's good. Maybe this is good, going to be okay. I'm just not sold. So
yeah. See, I'm one of those where I'm like, I loved it, especially after watching it again. I'm like, I loved it. It was just something about it just like pulled me in, and it was just like, the whole mystery behind it. Like, is he a Jedi? Is he not a Jedi? Who's the guy under the mask? Like, who's your theory? And stuff like that.
Wasn't until like the last 4 minutes of the show.
I'm thinking of the episode,
It's an episode. It's the second episode.
Well, I mean, it started off with the dude in the mask, with the heist, and then they got screwed, and it was just the one coin, because I'm like, obviously, I think it's Jude Law, but they haven't told you yet, about it. But I thought the kids were great. I thought they were really like fun.
Yeah.
They're doing a bunch of callbacks to a bunch of things.
Ton of them.
I
Yeah.
remember watching when we were watching live. I'm like, what the hell is that? When was it Neil is watching these the hologram things? I'm like, what is that? And then I watched a bunch of like Easter egg videos. I'm like, that was from the holiday special, and I was like, oh my god, that's crazy.
Mhm.
And it's like almost exactly from the holiday special. So like they have cool callbacks to things, but them being stuck on a planet, but yet they know these stories about Jedi, which is like, when was the last time they were outside of this bubble? You know what I mean? Like, was it Old Republic? Like how far along? Obviously they know about good guys and bad guys. They know about Sith and Jedi. So like, there's a lot of like questions for me that I'm like, that really gets me interested about it. And I thought the kids were great. I thought the girl, Fern was like obviously a troublemaker, but not so much of a troublemaker. But then you had your dumb troublemaker, with the main character. And it was just I don't know. I just like the vibe about it all. I wind up having a fun time with it. So yeah, it's just I was really, really digging it, especially after
Same.
the second viewing. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I really didn't care for KB or Wim. Fern was fine. Like it's just, if I'm comparing it to all
Wim,
TV shows,
I love Wim.
He's
such a
he's annoying as shit. But
he's like every other kid. He's annoying as shit. Hey, don't touch that button. Don't touch this button. I'm like, motherfucker, what the hell did I just say?
I think getting the right actor is like 90% the battle. I think the actor that they've selected to play Wim really sells it. It's a really big gamble getting a child actor who walks that fine line between, executing the role and being an appealing character to audiences. Because how many kid characters do you watch and you're like, oh, I can't stand this kid, but he does it just right. Like I like the kid. There's times where I'm like, dude, why are you pushing that boy? Don't you push that button? But then, but at the same time, I think the actor sells it to the point where you can't help but be charmed by him.
I'm still on. I'm not on the part that is bad. I'm just not on the part that is good. I'm just on the part that I have to wait, because all of a sudden I get in because I like the concept of something. Because you tell me it's Goonies in space and it has Star Wars, it's going to have Jedi. I like this stuff, right? But I'm not going to be taken in by that. I want to be taken in by the story, and I have to see what the story goes to say like I'm definitely in or not.
Can the show turn to complete trash? Oh yeah, like there's still a good chance this could turn into crap.
Yeah, we're only
by
2 episodes in.
by the 8th episode.
And the second episode was like, I blinked and it was over. I was like, what? Really?
Yeah, fast one.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I but that's just a Disney problem, man. With all their shows, it's so annoying, that they're so short like that.
And the second episode can, basically be summed up as they go to a planet.
Exactly.
Go to a planet and find a stranger. I don't know. You get some backstory, because that's when you find out about their planet is kind of hidden. The money Wim has is not just like lunch money. Like it's a fucking small treasure, that he has in his sock.
Yeah,
I'm really kill him over.
Yeah, I'm really interested in seeing the explanation for what's the planet
Atlan.
Atlan. Yeah. Why everyone's just kind of so mesmerized by the mention of its name. Like you said, the currency that Wim had. So, I hope there's payoff, and I hope the payoff. I hope the payoff works.
Yeah. I have hope that the payoff is going to be good, just because John Watts is show running it, and he's pretty good.
He's good.
I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty good. So
yeah,
so I'm cool with him being in charge. I'm just kind of curious to where the story is going to take us, because obviously the story is them trying to get back home, and there's going to be stuff happening in between them going back home.
And Jude Law's going to be, you said the guy who tried to, do the heist, and the whole story about the heist is probably from his crew, because that's a whole planet full of
like
treasure, treasure. And the idea is like, okay, we're gonna go take these kids home because this place actually exists. They're gonna take us right to the treasure, and then he's gonna find out, he's gonna fall in love with these kids and all the other stuff. So, I just wanted to be good.
Yeah,
and I don't trust Star Wars. I just don't.
That's our thoughts for the Skeleton Crew, the first 2 episodes. We're going to be checking out episode 3 when it drops next week and talking about it next Thursday. So make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, come back to the Spoiler Kings and check out our discussion going forward for the rest of the season. And if you want to be part of the live chat, make sure you come and check us out live every Thursday when we talk about Skeleton Crew. But we appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us on the replay, and everyone in the live chat. And you guys stick around because we're going to move on to our next topic for the night.